I'm Kaylee, and today I'm going to talk about a subject very near and dear to my heart. I want to talk about my favorite musician characters. As I have probably mentioned before in many videos, I am a musician, I am a professional pianist, and anytime I read a book about music or about musicians, I love it. If it's really well done, then my heart just soars. So I have 5 favorite musician characters that I want to tell you about, and then I have several honorable mentions, which I'm just going to mention. I'm not going to stand here forever talking about it. At least I'm going to try. These are in no particular order. These are just my top 5, but within that 5, they're not ranked or anything. One that probably comes to everybody's mind right away is Quoth or Quoth or whatever, however you say his name, from The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I fell in love with this book right away because I love that epic high fantasy feeling. And of course, right away, the first thing that we see Quoth and his family doing is they're singing. They're composing music and they're singing and playing music together. And there are many, many places in these books and the next books as well that describe musicians and how they feel about their music and what makes them want to be musicians and how they feel about their instruments and how they feel when they're performing, and like what their worst fears are. I mean, everything that had to do with music just rang true for me in a very deep way. The highest praise I can give this book is that it makes you forget that you're reading a book. The writing really draws you in. And that is why this book and this character are on this list. The next one is JJ from the New Policeman trilogy by Kate Thompson. This is a whimsical, magical story about an Irish boy who discovers kind of a rip in the fabric of reality that leads him to the land of the Fae. I really loved the Irish mythology and especially the Irish music that is absolutely saturating this story. At the beginning of every chapter, there is actual sheet music to traditional Irish jigs and songs. And each one of them corresponds to some element in the story. Of course, I kept rushing to the piano to play the actual songs and looking up recordings online so I could listen to Irish musicians playing this beautiful traditional music. And the main character, JJ, a big part of his character development is him rediscovering his love of music. And throughout the story, he finds new levels of skill and new appreciation for music. Even if you're not a crazy musician like me, you would still enjoy this book just for the really excellent writing, the interesting plot, and of course the fun magic. Another favorite is the Harper Hall trilogy by Anne McCaffrey. The main character, Menally or Manali, I'm never really sure how to say it, but she loves music. She is a musician, but her family will not allow her to pursue a career as a harper or as a musician. So this character is dealing with really this emotional abuse from her family, and she has this deep longing for music, and it really hit a chord with me. It just made me so mad that they won't let her play music just because she's a girl. And I absolutely identify with that feeling like you must play. You can't not play music. There is something inside you that just will not be denied, and you have to play and you have to compose. There's this wonderful combination of strength and vulnerability in Manali, and I just love her character so much. And of course, as she is searching for this freedom of expression, she finds these little tiny baby dragons, and you know, the whole dragon thing and all of the fantasy comes in there as well. My next favorite character is Mayred. No clue how to say her name, but she's one of my favorites. This is from The Books of Pelennor by Alison Croghan. The characters in here are so well written and so interesting, and the magic system is where the music comes in. Mayrad or Myrid maybe? That sounds like I could be right. Anyway, she discovers that she has these elemental powers that can be unlocked with music, and she sets off on a quest to unravel these ancient musical riddles that will help her to harness her power and save her nation. There is a heavy emphasis on music and on people connecting in their relationships through sharing music, and of course using music as a magical power. And the last one that I have, well, before the honorable mentions, is Shosky, or Sosky? I'm probably saying that wrong. I want to say Shosky, but that doesn't seem right. Anyway, this is from The Moor Child by Eloise McGraw. Shosky is half fairy and half human. She was exchanged as a changeling when she was a child, and so she doesn't feel like she really fits in with the fae or she fits in with the humans. She's kind of betwixt and between, and she doesn't fit in with either culture. The villagers tease her and ridicule her, calling her a witch, but she finds peace by playing music alone by herself out on the moors. She plays music on her bagpipes, and that is where she finds her identity and her solace. She is a beautifully strange and brave character, and I love this story. It's so bewitching, so alluring, and part of that is the music. All right, all that is left is to tell you the many honorable mentions that I just had to stick somewhere on this list. These are also not in any particular order, they're just as I happened to think of the characters. There is a music teacher in the Charlie Bone series who teaches at Bloor's Academy who is named Senor Alvaro, and he's in very, very few scenes. He is a completely minor, very, very minor character, but the 2 or 3 scenes that he does have are very powerful. The next one is Edward Cullen from the Twilight series. He is a pianist, and I always felt like that was a very key part of his character and something that gave his character more depth. I absolutely have to mention Tamaki Suo from the Ouran High School Host Club. Tamaki uses his music as a place of comfort and peace because he has a pretty dramatic life and people don't realize everything he goes through. He can be a very flamboyant character, but when he sits at the piano, everything is peaceful and calm in Tamaki's world. The next one is Giuseppe from The Clockwork 3. Giuseppe is a street musician, just a child who plays music on the street for coins, and he finds a magical green violin that changes his life forever. In Diane Duane's Deep Wizardry, there is a supporting character who is a whale. He's a wizard who's a whale. His name is Sri the Whale. And of course, whales are known for their singing, and this particular whale has the task to put together the Song of the 12, and he has to find musicians and singers who will sing this beautiful song of magical sacrifice. All the magic is, it's woven in together with the music, and it's really amazing. And the last one that I have, I considered not putting on this list because this is not a favorite character. I really actually hate this character, but I love the way that music is used in this character's personality. This character is Abednego, who is Dido's father in the Dido and Pa book. Dido's devious father is a brilliant musician and has a beautiful voice and knows how to write these really emotional, wonderful songs that actually have sort of healing properties to them. People who have listened to his songs have been known to change their lives for the better and have known to be healed from illnesses. Like, this man actually has some kind of strangely supernatural power with music. Now, keep in mind, this is not really a fantasy or magical story. This is like a very subtle, unexplained, supernatural thing that is going on. However, he is a horrible, horrible con man. He is a thief and a liar, and in this book, he is actually plotting to overthrow the government and kill a lot of people. He is the villain of the story, and yet he has this beautiful gift of music. And I think that makes for such a deep character that even villains can have wonderful, beautiful skills and talents, but they use them for evil. Oh, man, I said I was not going to go on and on and on about the honorable mentions, but I can't help it. Okay, that is it. I am all finished. Please leave a comment down below and let me know who is your favorite musician character. I am sure that I have probably forgotten somebody, and I need you guys to give me some ideas, and then I can be like, oh, I forgot that one. I should have put that on the list. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.